Good evening and welcome to the Gruyère European Curling Championships live from Karlstad, Sweden. We're here in the Lusberg Leila Arena and it'll be the 1-2 page game. It's myself, Kenny Edwards, and I'm joined by Logan Gray. Game will be between Czech Republic and Sweden. Both these teams topping the table in the round robin.
Yeah, Kenny, so let's have a look at the lineups. The Czech team, Marek Vidra coming back in to play lead. Jindřich Kitzberger playing second. Martin Schnitel playing third. And Jiří Schnitel, the skip. And then this very familiar Swedish outfit, Viktor Schell playing lead. Fredrik Lindberg playing second. Sebastian Kraup playing third, and Nicolas Sedin skipping. Czech Republic will be playing the red stones, and Sweden, of course, will be playing the yellow stones, and they have the last stone advantage based on their ranking from the round robin, of course, winning the round robin. So here we get our first look at Viktor Schell, and Sweden showing what they're all about early on here. Throwing the corner guard. Kenny, do you think we've seen a little bit of a change in the mindset of the Swedish team? Maybe playing a little more aggressively than they have in the past?
Yes, certainly. We've seen quite a bit of the Swedish team this week, and whereas before they maybe played with one guard out front, they've maybe left a couple there, maybe sometimes even more. So maybe trying to kill the game off a little earlier than they would usually do. They have rode their luck a little bit at times.
And what sort of game do you expect to see from the Czech side?
Also, the Czechs have never been in this position before. It's the first time they've made the page playoff 1-2. They have made the playoffs to try and get into the page system. Last year, I think, was the first year they managed it over in Moscow, eventually finishing fourth. So I expect the Czechs to be pretty cagey about this, not get too involved early on, but I think we'll see Sweden really go after the Czech Republic and have a few stones lying around and hopefully make a mistake. And that's this shot and this call really sums up how the Czech Republic are going to approach this.
I think this is the right call, though, Kenny. At this stage, they don't really have anything in the centre of play to protect at this point, so maybe it would be a little bit unnecessary to have some aggression. Okay, so this is Jakub Baris playing second for the Czech team. Of course, they have been playing in this kind of lineup all week, with Jindřich Kitzberger playing lead. Fredrik Lindberg, the bit of an encounter with a set of clippers, I think, since his last game.
Yes. Maybe feeling he's going to get a photo opportunity, so yeah, tidied himself up a bit.
Yeah, he did have a little bit of a booth on going at some stages of the round robin. Okay, so a good shot here by Fredrik Lindberg. Punishes that big miss by Jakub Baris.
So it does remove the yellow, but same shot again for Sweden. Both teams with 73 minutes and one coach interaction. Are you in favour of the coach interaction, Logan?
I'm not too sure, Kenny. I don't think I have any strong feelings on it. I think from a time point of view, I think it's good that you can call a timeout and get some extra time if a situation deserves a little bit of extra care and attention. I'm not entirely sure that you need a coach to come down and tell you what to do. What about you?
I think there's 4 guys out on the ice. You should be able to come to an agreement and a decision yourselves. I don't think there needs to be any external output. The game goes on long enough, so I don't think you need to drag it out any longer.
Here's younger brother Martin Schneetil. Sweden just coming a little deep there and drifting out the other side of the corner guard.
So, Sebastian Krupp, this time electing just to play the battering wake. I think that's what the call was.
Yeah, that was a super shot there by Martin Schneetil. Sebastian Krupp has one of the most active releases on the tour. Really kind of slides it very, very slow and gives it a good prod when he lets it go. But shows terrific feel here, nails the freeze.
Yeah, it really does tighten the scoring area, that red being in the 4-foot.
Yeah, but still Czech Republic are going to need to be very careful. I think this is exactly the situation they didn't really want to get sucked into in the first end. Big miss by Jakub Barish on the peel.
Just looking at the sweeping technique of the Czech team, that's pretty strong. It's certainly one of the strongest out there.
Yeah, absolutely, Kenny.
Probably the strongest would be the Swedes. Fredrik Lindberg and Victor Schattel, they really do put a good effort in.
Yeah, and the Norwegians are really solid as well. Kenny, do you think the importance of sweeping technique is maybe underplayed by the teams, maybe not given enough due attention in training?
I think so, yeah. I think you can really make stones with the sweeping, and it gives you a little bit more room for error. So the time invested in the gym and getting your heart rate back down as quickly as possible to a manageable rate, it's right up there on the list of things that you need to be really switched on with.
So needs to find an edge of the 4 here to lie to. Oh, and maybe he just drifted a hair too far. What do you think, Kenny? Red second shot?
Yeah, red second shot, but the yellow on top of it is pretty good. Sebastian Krupp looking up at the big jumbotron, the 4-sided TV screen that they have in the middle of the arena. This arena used mainly for hockey, so really is a great facility.
So what do you do here if you're the Czech team? Maybe needs to be following the draw from Sebastian Krupp here.
Yeah, even if you follow the draw, there might be a half-stone double or for 3. He's in a lot of trouble here. Might even be better just to come down and blast the yellow that you can see on the nose and hope for a hit and run or a missed draw and give up the 2.
Kenny, it was a very one-sided game in the round robin between these 2 teams. What do you think the Czech Republic need to do to make this more of a game? I think they tried to shake hands before the fifth end break the last time. And of course the umpire stepped in and made them play a sixth end as required. What do you think Czech Republic need to do to really close the gap?
I think they need to actually be quite aggressive and not be defensive. And I think that was probably the right call there, Logan.
Yeah, certainly the safest one, but Nicholas Dean really sees an opportunity here. I really like this call. Come around on the in-turn and choke off the freeze for the Czech team. Okay, so they have just played this draw with Sebastian Kraup's shot. Should have a pretty good idea of the speed, although they are out quite wide on the sheet. As I said, they've just played it and maybe be able to make a slight adjustment to get their stone in front of the tee line this time. The Swedish team, of course, won the European Curling Championships in 2009. Didn't have a great year in Champéry in Switzerland in 2010, coming 6th. But back into the final again last year, losing out to Norway and bringing home the silver medal. But can they go one better this week in Karlstad, Sweden? Their hometown. Oh man, that almost rubbed the guard. Did it touch Kenny? I'm not sure.
I don't think it did touch the guard. I think it managed just to sneak past, but with playing the takeout in the previous shot, it now leaves Iri Schnittel quite not an easy, but a relatively safe draw on the out turn. And if you can just get half buried, you know, the jam's always there, and they could maybe force Sweden to one.
Yeah, it looks like a very hard shot, but he does have a little bit of room for error here, certainly to make things difficult. If you could get somewhere around on the tee line and just kind of biting the edge of the button on the left-hand side, that would be a really good spot for the Czechs. Kenny, do you think that in hindsight Czech Republic might have wanted to keep an edge sticking out of that yellow stone?
Yeah, the Swedes would certainly want the edge sticking out just so they can maybe drive it back into one into the four.
Yeah, they have got fully buried here, and that could work in the Czechs' favour. Although they are under a lot of pressure here. Certainly giving this one a bit of attention. Iri Schnittel.
Yeah, can't really afford to give up a soft 3 in the first end.
Yeah, and it's really come from that miss peel, hasn't it, Kenny?
Yeah, just one nose on the corner guard.
Is this a little bit hot? Oh, this one's going to drift right through the 4 foot, and Sweden line 2. Niklas Edin, the Swedish skip, will have a draw to the 4 foot with backing to score 3 and make the perfect start here in this page 1-2 game. Of course, the winner of this game will go directly into the final. However, the loser of this game isn't knocked out of the competition like in the old semi-final system. They get another bite at the cherry as a result of their record in the round robin.
Han gav den där, den borde vara okej. För lugnt. Hänger kvar i cornern. Ja, kör då, kör! Linjen är bra nu, kör! Kör! Ni har den. Kör Vicky, du har den lätt. Bra.
And there's that awesome swooping power we talked about, Kenny. Lindberg and Shell, they can go all day. And it's 1, 2, 3 yellows and 3 for Sweden. The perfect start and 1 end played in this page 1-2 game. Sweden 3, Czech Republic 0.
The team's just talking through that end, and I think they'll look back in the end and say it was just that nose on the corner guard which dragged them into the style of play that Sweden wanted. So Victor Schall, this one will be top of the forefoot. These Swedes full-time curlers though.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a number of years. And I think just kind of around 2008, 2009 and the run-up to the Olympics. In 2010 they really saw an opportunity, they saw a gap in the market for a really good Swedish team and an opportunity to play at the Olympics, and they've given up everything they were doing before and completely dedicated themselves to the sport. I know that it was something Niklas kind of drove right from the start, and he said to the guys, like, listen, this is what I expect of you. We're going to find a way to make it work, and if you can't do that, then we're going to ask somebody else. So it's really paid off for them. Of course, they just narrowly missed out on a medal at the Olympics in 2010. But you've got to think they're going to be in good shape for 2014. This corner guard looks like it's just come up a little short of the house.
See, what you might see from some teams is just bumping that one in to the rings and rolling across in on top of the other yellow.
I think the confident team here, though, would throw a centre guard, a tight centre guard. Especially when you've got a player of the quality that Victor Schell has. And just phenomenal setup play. You can't do much better than that, Kenny.
No, that's the 100% game right there.
So Czech Republic, of course, can't remove that yellow stone outside the house. Free guard zone rule still in effect, and they'll just try and maybe play a freeze, and even just chipping that guard into the house wouldn't be a bad result.
Yep. Wait. Jan, hard. Wait. Hard. Yeah. Hard.
Just touched the back of the guard there. Still sits in a good spot. And here we see this aggressive style that we've been talking about, Kenny. 3 shots up in the game and going for the freeze. It just is a real indicator of the level of this team's confidence right now in the touch game.
Yeah, they've probably thrown more stones than any other team here this week. Spend most of their time in the rink or the gym. It's really at these tournaments that pays dividends.
Yeah, they really have an incredible work ethic. And there you go, that's a beauty from Fredrik Lindberg. Oh boy. I think Czech Republic could have their work cut out. this evening. Kenny, it was a little bit of a sloppy first end from the Czech Republic. Do you think there's any nerves?
I also think there's going to be nerves. First time they've been in this situation before, so they'll be a little cagey. But the team is really growing over the past few seasons. They've got better and better, progressing up the rankings at Europeans and Worlds.
Needs to get past the guard here. Just chips it off, but a pretty good shooter. Doesn't quite get behind the corner guard. Maybe that guy holds the key to this game for the Czech Republic. If they're going to hang with the Swedes, then they're going to need some good setup play by the Czech front end. Fredrik Lindberg just going to remove that redstone. So a nice nose hit there. I think Czech Republic will have to move things around a little bit here.
Yeah, I think that's what you call it, just a bit back 8 foot weight, maybe just come down right on the nose of the yellow. It's top of the floor, just bump things around. It's all about controlling the shooter. Don't want to catch this with an off nose, because then you'll see the firepower of Team Sweden.
I don't think hitting high of the nose would be a problem here, Kenny. They could roll behind their corner guard, so that maybe wouldn't be a bad result, but you would leave 2 yellow stones on the centre line. It's always risky. And where's this one going?
I think it's just throwing this one up the hill.
Not even close there from Barris. Does open up the corner guard, however.
Yeah, he's struggling somewhat in this game.
Maybe showing a little bit of inexperience.
Yeah, I think so. He is very relatively young. So most of these players been in and around the scene for a number of seasons.
Kosadin choosing to throw the takeout. Could throw a guard in this spot, but 3-shot lead. I think this is absolutely the right call. Yeah, so that was quite a big miss there by Sebastian Kraut. Not the level of accuracy you would expect to see.
Still the Logan. It's looking pretty good for Sweden.
Not happy boy. We saw, I mentioned that active release in the last end, and also just threw it back a little bit too much there for the ice and hits it high of target.
Yeah, they've got to watch, don't squeeze the yellow in behind the corner guard with this and leave an easy double.
I think they'll just be trying to beak this and lock it on. Finds quite a nice little nest there, but Sweden still lying 2 here.
Yeah, it's difficult now to remove both of them reds.
I don't think Niklas really wants to move that yellow on the centre line, so for me, maybe just peeling the red furthest away from the centre line might be the best call.
Clearingen är nästan bättre, då är det råd att nudda den och ändå ta ut den. När en halv sten ovanför, så det är 2/3 på den.
Kosadin calling a really smart game. He really is a student of the game. He knows all the stats and very much plays the game based on probability and what's going to happen in each situation, what's the easiest shot, that sort of thing. Manages to avoid the stone on the button. So a good shot there by the Swedes. Czech Republic definitely in better shape now than they were a few stones ago. Certainly before Sebastian Kruip came to play. Actually over curling here. Maybe they decided to hit the top one, I'm not sure, but the problem with hitting that one was that it was always going to leave a straightforward double. I'm sure Nicholas Dean won't even hesitate on this one. Looks like a kind of 2/3 contact required. Roll over and punch that red out the side of the house. Just played by Martin Snittil. And that's the Swedish bench. Looks like Galantom using a bit of BBM there.
Yeah, I think he's done a lot for the sport in Sweden. Generally, everybody knows who Per Lindholm is.
Yeah, he's got an incredible track record playing, and looks like he's going to have a very successful coaching career as well, with Niklas Edin, Annette Norberg and Margareta Sigfridsson all at his disposal. Lots of good young teams on the way through too, such as Oscar Eriksson, Anna Hasselborg.
Yeah, but a slight mistake there from...
There is Team Sigfridsson, Speak of the Devil, and Team Italy just sitting in front of them there, Diana Gaspari and Gloria Apollini.
So, would you play the hit and roll in this time, or would you play the hit and roll to the open side?
I think they need to try and go behind the guard here, Kenny. It's a super shot by Niklas Edin. Oh, sorry, I couldn't see that red stone. Oh boy, you need to hold the shooter here. Easy. That's a big mistake, big miscalculation. Okay, so my Swedish isn't too sharp, but Niklas Edin saying we need to play this double. We can't afford to let Czech Republic play a split in this red stone if we missed. So this could be a big missed opportunity here for the Czech Republic. Niklas Edin with enormous weight. Any connection on the second one, you'd expect it to go away. Has he managed to stick the shooter? Not quite. And Kenny, I've got to say, before third stones, I didn't expect that to be a blank end.
No, I wouldn't have put my money on that being a blank end. He's pumped for this one. He's so accurate with the big weight, though.
Yeah, he's like a missile coming out of the hack. So low in behind the stone, just deadly accurate.
So, second then blanked. And Czechs trailing 3-0. And it's really difficult against this Swedish team to get back in the game when you're 3 shots down.
Tak na něj zapomeň, ten end už dávno skončil, už jsme hráli mezi tím jiným. Ale nakonec jsme hráli variantu tvojí, já jsem ho hodil velký, ten end je 2 endy za náma už.
So Victor Schall getting us underway in the third end.
Yeah, we haven't actually mentioned that it is a pretty busy 8 p.m. session here in the Löfbergs Lila Arena. Switzerland and Denmark getting it on sheet E. Of course, that's the tiebreaker for the final spot in the Page playoff in the women's Gruyère European Curling Championships 2012. Russia waiting for the winner of that game, and Scotland and Sweden in the Page 1-2. Denmark currently leading Switzerland by 1-0 after 2 ends. Right next door, there's a tiebreaker for Worlds qualification between Germany and the Czech Republic. Czech Republic pulling off a big upset in their final game against Sweden to earn the right to play against Andreas Schopp, and the winner of that game will play in a challenge match against the winner of the B group, whoever that could be, to get that final spot at the Women's Worlds in Riga, Latvia. And on the other side of the arena, Norway and Denmark. They're playing the Page 3-4 game. And loser goes home in that one. Or certainly goes to the bronze game. And the winner of that game will play against the loser of this game in the semi-final tomorrow afternoon. Here's Jindrich Kitzberger. Started out the week playing second, now throwing lead stones for the Czechs. And does a good job of keeping the shooter in play.
Yeah, it doesn't make it in behind the corner, so gives the chance for Fredrik Lindberg to play the hit and probably sit on the nose. But just halves that one out. Yeah, what you will see is a lot of teams will go really aggressive, trailing by 3. You only need to pick up your 2, force the 1, pick up your 2. You know, you're back on level terms, only you don't have the hammer.
Absolutely, Kenny, but I think Gigi Snutiel, he's so experienced at this level now. He'll know that there's a lot of time left in this game.
Samma fart. 9-6 är bra. Nej, samma fart som du spelar. Rent. Japp, japp. Ja, bra. Fan, det där klarar en hel del. Det är samma fart. Ja, bra spel. Mycket allt.
Quite a nice little crowd in this evening.
fight. Ut rus.
So the team's trying to get a roll in behind. This Stone getting closer to the corner guard. I think you'd probably just hit and roll to the open side with this one, Logan, rather than pull the play in behind the corner.
Well, the only problem with that, Kenny, is that you're opening up the drop. And the Stone's so far out now from the button that I fully expect Czech Republic to probably ignore the shot Stone and play a draw in behind the corner. Does roll to the open side. I hope Czech Republic will play the draw here. So, usually Schneetil continuing to call a very patient game here. Kenny, do you think you'd be around that guard by now?
Probably yes, actually, yeah.
He did consider it. I think really what Schneetil has to consider here is that what he's doing right now is hoping for a hit and roll out from Sweden, and it's not going to come. It's not going to come at this level, especially with such an accurate team as this Swedish lot. There's the one Czech Republic fan that's come to watch this week.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Oh, Sebastian Kraut. Just looking for the hit. And nice controlled weight. Never in danger.
I think at this point you need to really consider what do the opposite team not really want you to do. And I think this sort of game that Nicholas Zedin's going to be definitely the happier of the two teams. Leading by 3 shots and under no pressure whatsoever. That corner guard's up. They put the corner guard up to go around it, and they've never taken that opportunity, so it looks like it's going to be another end lost for the Czech Republic. And Team Sweden will be quite happy just burning off these ends, making the game a little bit shorter with their 3-shot lead.
Teda za to, zarolovat. Jako jste všichni hráli desítky.
So, if Yuri Schneetil can make a nice hit and run in behind the guard with this one, you're looking pretty good for a 2, but like we say, the accuracy of the peeling of Nicholas Zedin is so good that you're probably better just playing the draw to the back 8 foot with this one. Would you be tempted to come around the guard? Come around the yellow?
No, I don't think this is the right spot anymore to play the takeout. Sorry, to play a draw. I think Yuri Schneetil all end. He's set up to try and make a hit and roll in behind the corner. The problem is, if he does make it here, then the red guard's so tight that it's going to be an easy run anyway for Niklas. I think there'll be better opportunities for him to play a draw than with that stone there. Also decided this end isn't panning out the way that they hoped. And Czech Republic very much trying to blank this. One thing's for sure, Kenny. Czech Republic are going to need to take a little bit more risk than they are right now to get back into this game. Probably need to ignore the Swedish counters a little bit more and get those corner guards in use.
Yeah, control from Nicholas Edin.
Doesn't look like he's going to stick around here. Here's on the safe side. I think that red guard just a little bit too far out from the house to try any kind of realistic split. So Gigi Sneetil just going to throw this one away. It's a little bit too easy at the moment for Sweden. Maybe we'll see a little bit more aggression from the Czechs in the fourth end. Sweden 3, Czech Republic 0.
Ja, det är första. Ja, så tycker man, ja men nu ligger den lite träff. Det borde komma lite grann när den pekas bara nästan så att den backar istället. Ja, så är det.
Teď je Sudejen, teďka budeme hrát ofenzivně. Klidně to se mnou, ať je řeš tam, času máme, prostě jsme 3 endy, tak se mě neboj.
Into the fourth end, Sweden leading 3-0 over the Czech Republic in this page 1-2 game.
Yeah, and if you've just joined us, we're live from the Löfbergs Lilla Arena in Karlstad, Sweden, for the start of the page playoff system in the men's event. Sweden and the Czech Republic going at it here on sheet C. And my name's Logan Gray, and with me I have Kenneth Edwards, the one-armed wonder.
Oh, well, I've been called worse than that, Logan.
So the key here, I think we're agreed, Kenny, is for the Czech Republic, they need to start getting these corner guards in play. Need to take a little bit more risk and ignore the Swedish stones I've said so many times this week.
As we see the Turkish team who have been playing in the Bs. This is obviously the A division.
Yeah, I think they've had a reasonably successful week after getting promoted from the C division last year. Very much an up-and-coming nation in the world of curling.
Yeah, it's an interesting story about the Turkish team. It was actually the National Figure Skating Association that got involved with the curling, and that's where they recruited their first national team.
Sounds pretty similar to Russia. I know a lot of the players in the Russian squad are ex-figure skaters. Yeah,
figure skaters or gymnasts, yeah. Part of the sports council set up.
Yep. Yep.
So Kitzberger going to ignore the Yellowstones in the house, as we said, that this Czech Republic team will have to. I really like that a little bit deeper.
So you in favour of the deep one, Logan, in that situation?
Dan.
I think they just need to get fully buried there, Kenny. Just not enough running on it to get it fully in behind the guard. Passed it pretty tight and still poking half out.
Yeah, it does leave a nice hit and roll though.
I brought it. Sit tight. Touch it. Hodně. Pryč.
So, playing the takeout. Is this one going to curl enough? Probably not. Nope. Second shot, but I'm sure Sweden will make a play in it.
I actually think, Kenny, that's the wrong one to be hitting there. They need to hit that one closest to the corner guard to open up the draw. That's that red stone in front of the house that they need to bring into play, and the yellow stone there is just protecting.
The draw is probably still there, Logan, actually. You don't actually need to get too tight to the yellow. But I agree with you. Yeah, I think you're probably going to make a play on that one.
Whoa. Dan. Whoa. Kalla. Bättre att du slidar bra och sätter den. Nu blir det bara spö. Alldeles för mycket is på den stället också. Sätt dem bra istället. Du börjar mesa allting istället.
Okay, so choosing to go around the yellow here. The funny thing is, Kenny, I think I actually prefer the takeout in this situation. They can play a kind of half stone double into those stones on the other side of the house. And it's all about opening up that corner guard for me. So you can get in behind the red corner guard rather than the yellow stone in the house. Means that Sweden are running in red rocks rather than yellow ones.
And this one's got a lot of curling to do. It's a big weight.
Got to hold the shooter. Super shot here by Jakub Baris. And maybe that might settle the nerves a little bit for the young Czech second.
Yeah, he's just struggled to get into the game. Maybe feeling the pressure.
Whoa.
And now you just ignore them yellow stones and go round the corner. That's the boy in there. So, in-turn draw for Martin Schnittel, trying to get a piece of the 8 foot in behind the corner guard.
Whoa. Without touchy. Yep. Whoa.
But this one looks as if he's had too much porridge and throws it through. Can't afford to make them mistakes, and the chance that they had of making something happen in this end is all but gone. Nicholas Sedin straight away trying to take the danger stone away. It's really inexcusable at this level, Logan, to miss a shot by that margin.
Yeah, that one barely even needed swept through, Kenny. And at this stage of the competition, you really don't expect that.
So would you be tempted to draw in round behind these, or would you just try and blast them and blank the end?
Yeah, freeze isn't a bad option. Kind of running out of stones a little bit in this end. could, if they want to, probably make all these yellow stones go away if they're interested in blank in the end. I think for me, the thing that would probably tip me in the favour of the takeout in this situation is that you've got to think there's going to be better opportunities in future ends. It's really important that the next score for the Czech Republic is a score of 2. I certainly wouldn't like to trail by 2 shots without the hammer against this Swedish outfit. And I think Yiji needs to be confident that his brother is not going to throw a stone through the house every end. But going after it here and just trying to freeze or maybe even tap these stones around a little bit, create some pockets. Actually, a pretty good shot there. Oh, and there's Kate Caithness just above the barrier there, watching on. Looks might be Anna Hasselberg there in front of the barrier as well. Of course, Kate Caithness is the president of the World Curling Federation currently. They've just got here in the last couple of days. Maybe just popped this yellow a little bit too far here, has Martin Schneetel.
Yeah, as was said, these Swedes really play the takeouts and know their angles. So this one will not be hanging around.
I think just a kind of half stone contact required. Fire it onto the side of the yellow and spin it out the side door. Just between the 2 yellows in a 12-foot circle. That's where he wants to send this red. Oh, so change of plan.
What he can't do is he's actually going to take it off the yellow that's in the 8-foot, because he could actually jam this one straight back onto the one in the 12. So he's actually going to catch this quite fat, and that's absolutely perfect.
A great shot there by Niklas Edin. I think this is definitely a spot for a double takeout. Need to blank this one easy. And again, I don't think I can say this enough times, needs to get these corner guards in play. That's the key for the Czech Republic to get back into this game. I really don't think there's any need for this kind of aggression at this point of the game. Maybe if it was the kind of 8th, 9th, 10th end, then you might go for this shot, but you can only see one result here, and it's a force of the 1 for Sweden. Need to play the odds a little bit.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you on that one.
I'm not sure they've taken enough ice on this one, Kenny. This is going to curl onto the top one. I don't think that was a good call at all. It's going to be too easy for Sweden to force. Would you agree, Kenny, that Czech Republic have been the surprise package in the men's competition this week?
I wouldn't say I would be surprised that they're in the playoffs. So I think I'm maybe a little surprised they're on the 1-2 page. Maybe expect like Norway or Denmark to be ranked a little higher than them, but no, they've played well. They've called a really reasonable game. At times they still make the odd mistake, but no one's perfect in this game.
Nicholas Dean just looking for a hit and stick here. Maybe the preferred hanging on those there. That should be a straightforward takeout for Yiji Sneatil. I definitely think Nicholas Dean will be the happier of the two skips right now, Kenny.
Oh, without a doubt. Czech Republic not really creating any chances, not dictating any of the play.
Okay, so should be a straightforward shot here for Sneatil. Needs maximum focus though. Don't want to give up a steal here. There's a score of 1 in the fourth end, and Sweden looking in great shape here, leading Czech Republic by 3 shots to 1.
Det är bra, men tänk på linjen att man såg hans bra nu också. Den klarade ju faktiskt en hel del och så han var inte med på det liksom alls. Där finns det klar, men jag tror att det finns något överdrivet mycket innan man kommer upp över linjen där. För innan den går ju så pass rakt, så det är när den kommer över linjen, det är då den greppar.
So I'm looking at the Czech Republic bench there. I'm sure they're a little concerned that they're 3-1 down without last stone now, having not created much.
Fine, nobody.
Eller vill lägga corner?
So Nicholas Dean drawing the open side. He's not want to get involved with stones in behind the centre guard. So looking for this one on the tee line.
Kala. Det är närmast i alla fall. Det är bakom tiden, Karl inte så mycket. Sluta ligga där. Japp.
And once again, Victor Schall does his job perfectly. Drops that one right exactly where they want it. And Yuri Schnittel, I think, calling a tight guard.
Nie dobre. Här masz. Japp, jag za niej. Smash through.
Hack. Hack side, tickar du den är okej, men ta den.
So Nicholas Dean can see most of this. So he'll probably just play the controlled takeout. catches the guard, spins away. So that's the first slight mistake that we've seen from Sweden. Erred on the right side, as we see Hans, the chief ice technician, changing one of the handles. These handles touch sensitive, so it really removes any need for hogline and umpires, and it removes any doubt that the stone has been removed. Are you in favour of these handles, Logan?
Oh, absolutely, Kenny. I don't think I've seen too many instances of them failing or not producing the results they should have. So they really remove any subjectivity from the hog line. I'm not really sure what that shot was supposed to be by Czech Republic. Maybe need to be a little bit longer. They really need to keep the red stones in the centre line apart. And this is just all a little bit too easy for Sweden right now.
Well, the problem we do have now is they've got a centre guard, and I think you probably got to come round it, I think.
I quite like the long guard here, Kenny.
I don't think you go that tight though, you go really long.
Yeah. I think as soon as, if you go into the house here, the end's over immediately. Sweden are so good at the run backs, you need to keep them out of the house a little bit longer until later in the end. And the best way to do that is to guard that yellow guard on the centre line. Here's Jakub Baris. Been a little bit of a mixed bag from the youngster so far today. Just 24 years old. And will this one hang at the back of the rings?
Just does. And just not at the races. And this is where we see Sweden, where before they've maybe just peeled the guards off, they're going quite aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I don't speak any Swedish, but I think the quality of Niklas Edin's communication really obvious for all to see. He was sort of saying, let's go around the corner guard, because if they want to go around the centre, then we've got a really short run back on that yellow. And again, I think that's another reason why Czech Republic should have been throwing the long guard there.
Bra spel. För kolla dem framför 10 nu var sista bara. Här!
So this is a difficult shot here. Really surprised to see Czech Republic throwing so many takeouts. And they're trailing by 2 shots without the hammer. They need to play a good shot here. They're going to hit and roll into the open and still give Sweden a chance to lie to.
Would you be impressed with that, Logan?
I'm not impressed with the call more than anything. Don't know what I would have done instead, but I think it's just a general principle that when you're down in the game, you need to throw draws, you need to throw guards. And there's some of the Russian team ploughing some Coca-Cola. Selasov on the left, and Drawn on the right.
So they're playing the tap on this, Logan? I think that's what they've called, isn't it?
Yeah, it Could well be.
Split, maybe, just to split the centre guard off.
Actually, the split would be a terrific shot. Opens up the centre of play. They'd push a yellow behind the red guard on their side. And they'd probably lie 4 if they get it really good. So that does seem to be the call. Sebastian Kraut. And that's a beauty. Sweden lying 3. And even the double takeout, not an easy one, Kenny. Those stones really close together, but all over the jam on the back one.
Yeah, it's a great call from Nicholas Adine.
I would not like to be Yiji Schneetel right now. It was a really one-sided game in the round robin, only lasting 6 ends. And looks again like Sweden could absolutely dominate this game.
Yep, now draw, yep. Wow.
Hits and rolls in behind though.
Well, that's a useful shot there from Martin Schneetel.
You shouldn't really write the Czechs off yet.
Absolutely amazing how just one stone can turn the end around.
Samma sak igen. Splitta den.
So you could go after that red stone, and even if you just err on the tight side, you split the yellow and open up the back one.
Kan slå den här dock. Ja. Du kan ju sätta chap också. Finns nästan ingen miss ditåt. Normal. Spela en 8 förresten. Nej, normal är bra. Vi tar en halv eller en tredjedel där någonstans.
So I think he's just electing to play this in the out turn, catch half of the red, catch a piece of the yellow, drive the yellow back into the house. That'll probably stick in the top of the fort and open things up.
I think this is a very difficult shot here, Kenny. I don't see why they need to move that red stone. It's the yellow they need to make sure they move. That's not a good shot. Sweden have totally let the Czech Republic off the hook with that call.
So would you play the draw or would you play the hit with this one?
I think it's got to be a draw. It's got to be the outturn draw. You've got a staggered guard there covering each other. And I think Yuri Schneetel doing all the talking with his brush there for me. But if you can just get half in behind the guard and even just show a piece to Niklas Dean, and he can't really take it out because it's going on to that wide yellow at the edge of the 8 foot. You play the hit and roll, you're going to lie too, but they're both back of the tee line, and you would see Niklas Dean throwing a freeze in there.
And I can't believe he's called this.
This call just takes all the pressure off Team Sweden. Even if he makes a perfect stone here, Niklas Dean's going to come around and freeze. And then Czech Republic are going to be on the back foot.
Yeah, it's generally club curlers would maybe call that shot. They see. I think they maybe just see the opposition's 3 stones, but certainly teams at the top level won't be calling this.
Well, I bet Niklas Dean would be coming around the guard here.
I think 90% of top class curlers would be coming around the guard.
Good enough to lie too.
You're not going to win or steal an end with something that's just fully 8. You need to be in the forfeit at least to force the error.
So Niklas Dean even looking at beating Czech Republic to it right now. They're going to go for the draw that the Czechs probably should have played.
Där de backar här, det känns som att när den kommer hit ner, då kommer den nästan bara gå rakt ner. Men, ja.
Jag tror lite mer, jag tror vi kan hämta lite grann. Ta någon dess utanför fyran där.
Känns som det backar när den kommer över linan. Min take gjorde det, Sebbes take gjorde det definitivt nu.
Ja, nej, det är bra. Tror det går ganska rakt här inne ändå. Ja, det tror jag med.
Jag måste nog ge den här lite kör. Ja, mitt 8 så lägger vi skottet. Måste vara skottet dock, även om de kommer ner på 10 sen. Okej. Ska gömma så mycket vi kan. Gå ner och frysa, inte hela vägen heller. Jättefint här nu.
So Nicholas Edin going to play that freeze that we talked about earlier, Logan.
This isn't even close, Kenny.
Kör!
Crossing the centre line far too early. It's going to come up way short. I've seen too many shots like that from Nicholas Edin this week. And all of a sudden, Czech Republic with a chance to make Sweden face 3 red counters in this 5th end.
No, jasně, on bude hrát draw, že jo. Takže ho necháš otevřenej, trefí trefl. Stojíme 3. Já bych mu bránil to draw. On do toho nebude střílet proti trojce, přece není blázen za tohle stavu. Bude hrát draw. No.
Got a head coach of Czech Republic, Dan Raphael, in front of me here. He's a busy boy this evening. Of course, the women's team playing in the World Challenge game. Right next door on Sheet D. Okay, Kenny, so where does Yuji want to put this stone here?
I think you show him half, just biting top of the forefoot. That's where you want it.
Do you think you want Nicholas Edin to throw a draw or a takeout in this spot?
I think you probably want him to play a draw. He's, I've said this all week. He's so accurate at the big weight. You show him half an inch around the guard, he would actually call to tick it out.
Yeah, I think he just wants to be kind of just fully 8. That's pretty perfect. Absolutely perfect by Yuji Snitel. There's some world champions in there, I can tell you. Lotta Lennartsson on the right, world women's champion in 2011. Anna Huchta, world junior champion in 2010. And I'm sure a few of the other people in there are going to be world champions in the future. Christian Lindstrom on the left, Spanish ladies coach in the B division.
Yeah, I think he's got one of the best jobs here this week.
Well, he was telling us the other day that anytime he gives them any advice, the only thing they're allowed to say in response is "Si capitano." So here's Nicholas Edin with a crucial shot here in this page 1-2 game. Needs to find an edge of the forefoot and can't feel that confident after his first attempt at a draw. Probably playing a line that's not really been thrown so far in this game. This is going to take a huge effort by Schell and Lindberg.
The crowd really getting into this one now, calling them on. Have they done enough? Oh, great scrub. And all them hours in the gym have paid off.
Kenny, I tell you what, there's no many front ends that could have got that stone there.
No, that, like, maybe 2 here that would have got that there.
And I think the half-time break coming at a good time for Lindberg and Schell. They put every ounce into that. And these guys really making Nicholas Edin look good there. Score of 1 in the 5th end. And Sweden at the half-time break leading Czech Republic by 5 shots to 1.
på alla andra dragningar. Släpper det mjukare, men inte 4 meter.
There's not many, I don't think there's many front ends that could have made that shot there.
Den var ju liksom borta bara. Nej. Nej, alltså även om den är mjuk så är det inte 4 meter genom släppet. I alla fall in i bot. Alltså,
He's still talking about the first hand.
med andra nu, då blir det liksom, jag måste lägga ut det för att den kommer Karlstad. Då kommer den inte ut i fullet heller. Ja, ännu längre kvar.
Yes, yeah.
Det är lite, jag vet inte om jag gillar min dragning på första där egentligen heller. Så har vi 4 serier bot, ja, jag tycker också det.
Are you in favor of the deep one? Really?
the best.
Really? Look, we need to take it deep here, Kenny. Are you in favor of the deep one, though? You're an absolute rag. What's in your bag, Angelos? What's in your bag? Yeah.
Vodka. Vodka.
I was wondering, what's the app that you're using? Underway in the 6th end of our featured game this evening. 8 o'clock draw here at the Löfbergs Lila Arena. And Sweden and Czech Republic aiming for a place in the final here at the 2012 European Curling Championships. My name's Logan Gray and I have Kenneth Edwards with me. Kenny, what did Czech Republic need to do to turn this game around?
They just need to apply a bit of pressure. Certainly in the fifth end they managed to construct a good end and force Nicholas Edin to draw with his last, and he was pretty close to making the error. But I think they just get a couple of corner guards up. They're playing a little negatively. The trail by 3, so they need to take a few chances.
Yeah, absolutely. I almost think that they're going to need to risk playing against a few yellow stones with their last stone. The next score for me really needs to be pretty soon and be a 2 for the Czechs. Tight guard for Victor Schell, just slipping a little bit deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too disappointed with that though. It's right on top of it. They're lined up pretty nicely.
I think that's probably the pro side to miss that shot on Kenny. I don't think you want to leave up a long guard. It's easy to come around and make the freeze. So a good shot there by Victor Schell.
To vypadá jako pecka. Vůbec netočí. To je bomba. To je hack.
Needs to keep the shooter here. Oh boy. Not a good shot there by Jindřich Kitzberger. And Yeezy looks pretty disgusted with that one, and rightly so, Kenny.
He's certainly, if my lead had thrown that at me, I would be less than impressed. I think
clip round the ear with the 8-inch brownie, would it be?
Yes, I think it would be. The changing room would be a colourful place after the game.
This one looks a little bit heavy, and Fredrik Lindberg letting Czech Republic off the hook a little bit here. There's the Scottish team, not been their best week ever at international championships, but Dave Murdoch and Tom Bristol look like they're having a nice time up there and bonding.
Yeah, they're in the Gold Star restaurant. It's the closest thing they're going to get to gold this week. Not making the playoff stages. So that one just removing 2 yellows leaves it wide open for Sweden to play the takeout.
Okay, so the end looking a little bit better now for Czech Republic. So calling hack weight. I think they just need a kind of back 8 weight just to push this Yellowstone back to the tee line. We've talked a fair bit about Czech Republic, and to get back into this game they need to take a little bit more risk, keep some stones in play, even if it does mean that the Jiří team might have to face a bundle of yellow granite with this last stone, but every stone is useful to Czech Republic right now. Makes a good hit and roll behind the centre here, though.
Takhle ta dráha je fakt do
I
kopce,
wonder if
můžem si
Nicholas
dovolit.
Sedin
No,
might
nestihl,
regret
to-
not ripping the guard off earlier in this end. 4-1 up, Kenny. Do you think you would have peeled the guard?
Yes, but we've seen this style of play from Nicholas all week. He's been pretty aggressive, doesn't mind going for it. He plays the scoreboard, he doesn't mind giving up steel if he has a chance of maybe picking up 2 or 3.
Yeah, in Nicholas' defence, I think the stones in the house were really well set up for them. As we've been saying all week, tactics are only as good as the shots that are played, and Fredrik Lindberg didn't play it well. Once again, Sebastian Kraut a little bit high on that in-turn takeout. And I could see Nicholas Sedin wasn't that keen on playing that run there. He was looking at maybe peeling the corner into the stone on the button. And this was always going to be the problem if they didn't make contact with that second stone on the button. They were going to open up the in-turn draw around the corner. So this could be the first real glaring opportunity for the Czechs. Artur Snaetail, the last time we played this draw, he threw it right through the house.
Wow. Ne dál než ty. Zor, jop! Jop! Hej! Hej! Wow. Tohle je jediný kámen, který točí.
Could be opportunity lost. Here's some of the Russian women's team relaxing before their 3-4 page game tomorrow.
Anna Sidrova giving a smile and a wave to the camera.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had some stern words from national coach Thomas Lips about their 9th end earlier on.
Yeah, that was something you maybe see at club level, certainly not European Championships or World Championships. Made no attempt to try and score the 9th when they were level. But any questions for us, guys? Logan and myself, you can get us on Twitter. My Twitter is @KennyEdwards39, so drop a message on there.
Yeah, and mine's @Logantic, Logan TIC. Here is Yuji Snaetail standing over this one, trying to work out what to do. Come on, Yuji, get around that corner guard.
Okay.
Well, he seems a little bit reluctant to play that.
Set.
Again, looks like it could be a takeout.
Je to zase do kopce ta
What do you think,
dráha.
Kenny? Draw around the corner here?
Yes. Quite,
That was emphatic.
yep. So electing to play the takeout. You're obviously not a big fan of this shot, Logan.
No, I'm really not. It's really difficult to get the stones separated here. They made a really good attempt at making the hit and roll here, and it's still a dead easy double takeout. So the stones far too close together. Even at this stage in the end, quite happy for them to draw in and ignore that yellow stone, lie first and third shot. Sweden are probably going to hit the shot stone and then you can play a double takeout to score your 2 that way. But instead it could be opportunity lost here. Yeah. No problem at all for Nicholas Sedin. Never looked anywhere else for the little Swedish man.
Tamhle ten v kruhu.
Yeah, so I think they're going to play the intern draw.
Ten guard jsme pohnuli a Kastřic si zaslouží mít ledu. Dneska snad tě nedohodne na ničem. Dobrá. Wow, Fabe, wow, Indro. Oh.
Just doesn't feel to me right now kind of like there's any real rhyme or reason to what the Czech Republic are doing. I mean, the situation before when they were lying shot position was a far better opportunity to draw behind the corner. And now they're going to get forced to the one. Some Norwegian fans in this evening, sporting some colourful trousers. They're in to see their Olympic heroes, the Olympic silver medalists, Thomas Ulsrud, try and stay in the tournament in the European Curling Championships 2012, up against Denmark in the 3-4 page game. And some good force efficiency going on by both teams, only just trading one back and forth so far in that 3-4 page game. And after 6 ends, Norway leading Denmark by 3 shots to 2. And Denmark will have the last stone in the 7th end. Well, looks like Czech Republic are going to be forced to take one in the 6th end here.
Yeah, it's a relatively simple force as well. It's you've got last stone, you've got to make a play, and they haven't really done that. So 4-1 Sweden lead. This is a chance to reduce the deficit to 2 for Yuri Schnittel of Czech Republic. Needs a hit on the nose with his final stone. And this one looks pretty good, no panic. So they will pick up one. The score now 4-2 after 6 ends.
Tak co uděláme s těma kamenama? Takhle si nezahrajem. Martin se nedokáže vejít za corner guard, kolem kterýho pak já jedu takhle.
Jag hade inte tagit koffein på ganska länge heller. Kan inte göra. Bra.
Tady si se 3krát zboural. Ne, to ne. Fabovi jedej. Ty si se zboural. Tamhle za corner guard, tam to nikomu netočilo, tam si se zboural s tím hekem. Hned prvním kamenem. Tady si se zboural hned svým prvním kamenem taky. Hážeš to na koště a furt se bouráš. Tak tu dvojku bych spároval s tou tvojí první jedničkou.
So welcome back to the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2012 from Karlstad, Sweden. So we're covering the game between Sweden and Czech Republic in the 1-2 page playoff, and it's Sweden leading 4-2. Big score of 3 for Niklas Hedin in the first end, really stretching the advantage early on, and the Czechs struggling to get back into this. So as we said, you can email us on Twitter at KennyEdwards39 and Logan.
Yeah, at LoganTic, so LOGANTIC, and send some feedback, questions, interesting facts about the two teams. This is Kindrich Hitzberger. They throw the tight centre guard.
Okay, super. Krasa.
A good tight centre guard goes on.
So do you like the tight one, Logan?
I think generally they're going to throw 2 guards here, and you need to protect against the team with the lead playing a tick shot. So maybe throwing the long guard is better than the tight guard.
Yeah, I probably agree. You throw the long with the first one. I don't like it tight with the first. So
yeah, it's a little bit easier to make the tick shot. I mean, you just have to push it into the house, and then you can play a takeout with the second stone, and it's not in the free guard zone.
Yep, completely agree.
And I'm really happy to see this from Yiji. He's going to throw a long guard here. 9th end earlier on, as we mentioned before, Anna Sidorova. I hope she's watching this. Might learn a lot. Because right now in this situation, she chose to hit the wide stone. And that's exactly what the team with the hammer want you to do. What they don't want you to do is to throw a long guard. So a good call here from Yiji. Well, gets these red stones lined up, but far, far too close together. And we've seen this a couple of times this week. Nicholas Edin is going to split the rings here. Did raise an eyebrow before. Makes it a little bit difficult to peel. Lindholm, Lund and Eriksson watching on up there. Kenny, are you a fan of splitting the house here?
No, I think you just go right on top of your yellow. Because where do you peel the guards? If you have a stone either side of the house, it makes it really difficult to make the peels. So I think that's an error on Nicholas Dean's part.
Yeah, there must. I know Nicholas pretty well though, and I'm sure he's got a good reason for doing that. I'd be interested to ask him why he does do that, because he's the only team that I've seen doing that. They usually go to the same side of the house twice, and I hope that Yiji decides to call a draw here. Takeout would just be playing straight into the Swedish team's hands. Maybe he's just so confident in his team's peeling ability that it doesn't matter where these yellow stones are out in the wings. He knows that they're going to be able to chip them off the top. At 7th end, Nicholas Edin will be more than happy to blank this and take hammer into the 8th. So if Yiji Snitila wants to stay in this game, then I think he really needs to make sure there's a score of 1 at least for Sweden. Score 1 for Sweden, or a steal would be an acceptable result in this end. Fredrik Lindholm should be a straightforward double peel and could even get the one in the button. How does it look? Jams it and spins it across the top. I must say, Kenny, one of the things that I really like about what Nicholas Edin did do with the first 2 stones was that they drew back at the tee line. It's really important to get back at the tee line so that if your opposition did decide to play a takeout on them, they can't roll in behind the centre guard into a stealing position in front of the tee line.
Yeah, certainly. Still, now, obviously, they've managed to get rid of the guards and they look okay with the stones either side, but you've seen how close they got to that yellow. They're pretty fortunate to run that one right over the top of it. And that just shows why you would always tend to go to one side rather than split the house.
It could be something that Nicholas decides to do based on where the 2 guards are. I mean, they were obviously very close together there, and it very much looked like the easiest way to peel the guards was going to be straight up the middle of the sheet, so it could have had an impact on Niklas's call. They've thrown a good tight centre guard here, and maybe this is the kind of situation that we were saying that you maybe wouldn't throw to the other wing. It's a pretty tricky peel, half stone onto either yellow.
Yeah, it does make the peel through the gap though.
Just ticks that red stone. Just ticks that red stone over.
Janne. Okay.
Yeah, so I like to come around with this one. I think I might have been tempted to throw the centre guard again.
Yeah, I certainly think that they could have thrown one more. There's the boys there. Logan Gray and Ken Edwards commentating and calling the game for you. And our featured game 7th end, and Sweden leading Czech Republic by 4 shots to 2.
Jag tror den går ganska automatiskt. Tar det för tunt så är det klart den kan gå ovanför, men det eller spelar den där kanske. Tar du den bara så är det fine också. Ja. Kör den då. Tar du den så är det okej.
So are you happy with this call, just running the guard right back? I don't think I'd be running the guard straight back, I'd just be pulling it through the gap.
Certainly options. I think it's clear that Niklas Dean doesn't really want to score in this end. It looks like they are going to score though, so maybe it's a chance for them to go around and tap that red back to line 3. I think we need a centre guard here, Kenny.
Yep, all day long.
You throw up a centre guard, either on the centre line or just to the left-hand side of the centre line. Makes it really difficult for Sweden to peel both reds from play. And Sweden could quite rightfully decide to nose hit that red stone at the back of the house and lie 3. But you'd always have something to come around, so I'm pretty sure that Niklas Dean would then go and peel the guard.
Zadní 4. Směr fajn. Směr fajn, zadní 4. Hold. Hold směr. Vzor, yep. Hold. Lepší než tamhle ten. Hold.
Yeah, so this free's looking pretty good. And it's just going to slip. Nah, I think it's going to sit second shot.
Well, certainly Kenny, if it is lying second shot, it's in the perfect spot. No double takeout available to Sweden at this point.
Sebastian Kraut. Just probably look for the nose hit in this. So, does make the nose hit. Would you, actually looking at that, you'd probably want to hit and just roll a little bit to the right and sit second shot. It's pretty difficult though.
Yeah, I think just a nose hit will be sufficient at this point. No double take head available anyway, and realistically, all Czech Republic can do is force Sweden only to score 1 here.
So important they do hang around with this. Supers are kind of working this one a little more than they would want. And that is a complete disaster.
Oh, this could be game over, Kenny.
They didn't seem too worried about that one either. They didn't get too excited. So I'm a little bit surprised that they weren't very animated in that one.
I don't think they're a very animated team, to be honest, Kenny. Whether they're winning or losing, they don't give a lot away. Their body language is generally pretty good. But that's a terrible miss and could be extremely costly. Niklas Edin with a chance to hit and lie 4 here in the 7th end. And if it was a big score for Sweden, there would be no way back in this game for Czech Republic. Very much looked like EJ Sneetel was going to force Sweden to score 1. A perfect shot by Niklas Edin.
Yeah, so what do you do here? Do you corner freeze the outside yellow? Or do you corner freeze the one in the forefoot?
I think you need to freeze the shot stone, Kenny. If you freeze the outside yellow, then you're giving up 2 automatically, and Czech Republic can't afford to do that at this point. They need to freeze the shot stone, just thrown by Niklas Edin.
Lite lurigt läge. Och så bara verkligen limma dit. Det spåret med blir så jäkla tufft också. Lite lurigt om man ska dra där. Dra platsen så är en sak. Men lägga en bit och måste nästan dra mot den. Ja, den är jättehårt satt. Den innan den tror jag ska vara lätt i och med att det är rakt också. Den är ju mjuk så.
Nesahajte na to! Prečko s Čendrom.
So this one, sweeper standing off this one, has this over curled. It hasn't over curled, no, it's not curled enough, and that's going to be a nose hit for a 5. And the game probably. So final stone of the 7th end. Nicholas Edin with a straightforward takeout for a fistful. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them up. 5 on the board, so they will lead 9-2 through 7 ends.
There won't be any handshakes at this point, though, Kenny, because of course in the playoff stages the rules do stipulate that you need to play 8 ends, but once again Sweden have made extremely easy work of this Czech Republic team. Only took them 6 ends to see them off in the round robin, and they're not going to go the full distance here either in the Page playoffs. Sweden 9, Czech Republic 2.
So, Victor Schall, 81%, going for the throw through, and just not one that leaves stones around.
Yeah, super play by the Swedes today. Just Czech Republic not ever been in this game. The Swedish women's team will be in a similar situation, playing the 1-2 game against Scotland. That will take place tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central European time, and they will be looking to pull out a similar result to Nicholas Edin. This game already beyond doubt. It's only ever looked like there's only going to be one team in this game. Perhaps a little bit of nerves in the Czechs, but I don't think they've really given themselves a chance to get back into this game, not taking enough risk until the 7th end there. Another corner guard going to go up here. Gitzberger to throw. There's 3 other games out there in this 8 p.m. draw on Thursday night here in the Løfberg Lille Arena. Denmark taking 2, the first deuce in the match in the 7th end, to lead Norway by 4 shots to 3. Norway, they're 2-time reigning European champions, going for the three-peat here this week in Karlstad, Sweden. And on the other side, the women's competition, Sheet D, Germany and Czech Republic going toe-to-toe for a chance to go to the Worlds. The winner will then play against the winner of the B group. 3 apiece there after 7 ends, and Andrea Schoep passed 500 games this week and will want to make sure that she secures her berth for the World Championships in Riga, Latvia. And also a tiebreaker going on. The hometown boys, skipped by Nicholas Edin of Sweden. Just a Thursday evening walk in the park, really. Currently leading Czech Republic by 9 shots to 2 here at the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2012. And you're listening to Logan Gray and Kenny Edwards calling the game.
Oh, how's your luck? Just sneaks past.
I did not miss by much, Kenny.
Fredrik Lindberg, never too far away with these angled raises.
Jakub Baris, this will be a good experience for him. Not had the greatest of games, but definitely still a learning process, and maybe he'll be the one to take over from Jiří Snitel in years to come. He didn't play in the European Championships last year in Moscow, Did play in 2010 and Chompery as the alternate. So great experience for the young Czech player.
2/3 också nära, men...
And does make the contact on the double, but doesn't remove both of them from play.
To be honest, I think Sweden don't even really need to worry too much about making doubles. Just make your single peels, and the most Czech Republic will be able to score is 2 in this end. And even still, it's far, far beyond the Czech Republic's reach.
Yep, yep. Oh, yep. Oh, oh. Oh. Oh, yep. Oh. Oh, yep. Yep.
Going around the corner guard here, but when your luck's not in, your luck just isn't in. Martin Snittil rolls in, and should be a straightforward double takeout here. We've seen Sebastian Kraut be a little bit high a couple of times down this line on the intern. Niklas Edin taking tight ice for this one.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
I think this one's made by the swooping calls. Outstanding play by Sebastian Kraut. I don't think he's been at his 100% best, but still very good. There's the Swiss team. They'll be a little bit disappointed to miss out on the Page playoffs. Just couldn't get to that all-magical 6 wins in the end, losing to Russia in their final game of the round robin. But again, a young team who will definitely be back here at the European Championships in years to come.
Yep.
Martin Snittil trying to draw around this yellow stone, just played by Sebastian Kraut.
Oh, oh, Sam nevejde. Ecco, pezzi a coccava. Oh, oh.
And just bounces off the freeze.
Ja, det är bra. Kan jag vicka lite inåt också? Kan sätta chappen. Ja. Allting utsidan.
So Niklas Edin.
Nej.
You can see all that red. No problem at all. So accurate, the big weight. So I'm sure Yuri Schneidel will be just trying to get a score on the board in this end, and will hit the bed tonight and just try and prepare himself for the semi-final. He'll be taking on either Norway or Denmark.
Som bryr sig om att ta poängen, va? Hoppas jag. Ja, kan ta kantstenen.
So again, Niklas Edin
Ja.
just
Rent.
straightforward take out, nothing too fancy. Yuri Shinril already making his way down the ice to throw his final stone. Just going to play the draw to the forefoot. Expect to see the handshake after this. So final stone of the 8th end. And Sweepers trying to make this one good. But in Czech Republic's first page 1-2 playoff, they are not successful. But they do pick up the single in the 8th, and the handshake has been offered. So 9-3 is the final score here in Karlstad, Sweden. Sweden progress to the final. And can they pick up that second European title that they are after? Still a long way to go. Czech Republic will drop down into the semi and play Denmark or Norway. That game really tight over there on sheet A. 4-3 Denmark lead. You see Nicholas Azeen's delight at that one. So we will grab a post-game interview with Nicholas, so please bear with us, and we will see how the winning skip feels about making his European Championship final.
You lost. Yep. Give me 20 seconds. Huh? That went well. It's what I listened to before the game. Man of War. I think I'm going out to a boxing game, but no. That's probably. That's where we pile up the rock side and you can play a hit on my first one. Just gonna.
Niklas, congratulations on the win today. You're one step closer to the gold medal in your hometown. How does it feel?
Yeah, thank you. It feels really good. We've played really good almost all the games. We've had a couple of bad games, but I think you need that throughout the tournament to really focus harder at the end. And I think we're in the right place to play good in the final.
That's two pretty straightforward victories over the Czech Republic. What does your team do so well that allows you to win so easily against these guys?
I think we really try to go offensively. With the practice before the game, we know the ice already, so no need to play some open ends. We go all in from the start. With Hammer as well, I think we're really confident we can take at least a deuce in that end, and we're fortunate to get 3. And then the game is almost in our hands already. I'd say we're about 95% to win from that stage. So we just try to keep it close from that, and they need to really build something up. Didn't really succeed, and then when we got the 5-ender, the game's over.
You've got the day off tomorrow. You've got the final on Saturday morning, obviously. What will you do to pass the time tomorrow?
I'm not really sure. We're probably going to go here for some practice and then just try to get some rest, some good food, and then just have a couple of meetings, talk about what we're doing good up until this game, and then what we should do in the final.
Okay, and finally, what would it mean for you to win the gold medal at home?
It would mean a lot. This is actually our biggest goal this season. It's not the biggest competition we play, but being in our home city, it's really special, and building up for the Olympics, it's a huge goal. So if we could win the gold medal here, it would be really good for our team and going up to the Olympics.
Yeah, great job and good luck.
Thank you very much.